Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the author-reader contract. Now, this includes also reader expectations, basically. When you've got a writer, a popular writer, okay, the readership for that writer, there's this kind of implied contract between the author and the reader, okay, because the reader expects a certain type of book from the author. Okay, now this is something that first-time writers don't have to worry about, but once you've had success with one book, you need to keep on delivering with ones that come after it if you're going to maintain that readership. Okay, now there's been lots of discussion about author obligations towards readers and things like that recently. I'm both a writer and a reader, so I kind of feel I'm kind of in the middle on this one, really, because I can totally see both sides of the argument. And basically what it comes down to is this author-writer contract. Okay, because whilst as a writer, I don't think it's right that I feel I should have to write in a certain way, or include certain characters, or basically have my creative work dictated to me, if you like, because I think a lot of the fun about being a writer is being able to create your own world and share it with others. Now, like anything else that you send out into the public, there will be people that don't like your world. And that's okay, because you're not creating it for them. Ultimately, you're creating it for yourself. Because you should always write a book that you would want to read, okay, when it comes down to it. But then you get the flip side of this, which is when you've already written successful books. You already have a readership. And therefore the readers then have an expectation of what they're going to get when they get your next book. Okay, so this is where it plays into it, because, for example, Danielle Steele, one of the most successful contemporary bestsellers that there is, even today, also an incredibly productive writer. I don't know how she manages to write so many books. I've lost count of the number of books that she's published now. But the thing is that you'll find with a Danielle Steele book is you know exactly what you're going to get. She doesn't disappoint. She delivers every time, pretty much. Okay, you know there's going to be some romance. There will probably be some kind of medical issue. She seems to have a thing about sending people to hospitals. There will be a lot of talk about relationships in general. That is Danielle's, that she has this incredibly strong author brand. Okay, but that means that readers picking up one of her books are going to be looking for those things, and if they don't find them, they're probably going to feel disappointed. Okay, they're going to feel cheated because they have this author-reader contract that she's going to deliver on those things. Another example, John Grisham, equally successful contemporary bestseller. Again, he is an incredibly productive writer and incredibly consistent on bestseller lists. And there's a reason for that. He delivers Okay, he gives his readership the sort of book they would expect to get from him. Okay, they both created a mold which fits their author brand. They have this author branding that they have somehow discovered the secret recipe for writing the books that they write incredibly well. And the readers, they get what they expect to get from them. Okay, I think that's what it comes down to, is this whole, you created this following based on certain points, certain parts of your contract. Basically, you've written them with each successful book that you've written. Okay, and whilst you're creating this author brand, that is what your readership is therefore going to look for when they find your books. Now, I'm also a multi-genre author. So for me, for example, I'm also, I make it clear that I write different genres and things. I don't fit into just the one category. And I think that's important. You need to, if you are going to diversify into other types of books, then you need to let your readership know that. Okay, if you have in fact built a readership, if you've been lucky enough to have that successful book, 2-3 books that builds you that kind of following, then you need to be honest with them. You need to put your hands out in front and you need to say, okay, this next book is different. It's not like the other ones. And therefore, you're giving this disclosure, okay, to keep with the whole contract idea. You're letting them know in this disclosure that they need to expect different things from this book. Okay, and I think that would lead to a lot less upset among the reading community when certain authors put out something a little bit different from what they would usually put out as well. I also think I do totally think that there needs to be more diversity in books. I am completely on board with that and I very much agree with it. I don't, however, think that it's right that readers kind of pinpoint a particular author and tell them that they need to write more diverse books. I think what the reader needs to do is find out the authors. If the author that they're contacting isn't writing the characters that they crave. I also think that the industry in general needs to encourage more diversity in books, so that the pressure for that diversity should not be on the authors. I hope I'm explaining this well. Okay. There have been certain authors, popular authors, who have been attacked in this whole diversity discussion for not having a varied enough cast of characters in their books. Okay, and I think that's wrong. I don't think they should be attacked for it. It is their creation. They have the freedom to create the characters that they deem the best fit for the story that they want to tell. A lot of it also comes from writing what you know. As writers, we are often told to write what we know first. And I think that comes out as well because you also, you get a better feel for the character. Whereas if the person is writing about something that they don't know, then sometimes it seems forced, and the reader will pick up on that as well, and it will take away from the book. So I don't think that it's right that readers demand that their favourite authors write in certain characters and things like that. I do think that there is a need for more diverse characters in books, and I think that is something that the publishing industry needs to work on. I think they need to give more space to new writers as well, and writers from different backgrounds and things as well, because then you will get more writers publishing books about more diverse characters, because you will have a more diverse author base, and I think that's something that the industry would benefit from in general. But again, I don't think readers should dictate to authors what they should write. I think they should find an author that writes what they like to read, which is a totally different thing. And when they do that, then yes, they will sign off on that author-reader contract, and they will have expectations of that author. It is then that author's place to let them know if they're not going to deliver on their standard contract, and let them know if they are in fact going to be doing something a little bit different, because then the reader can prepare themselves, and you know, they might like a little something different, and that's totally fine. I can't think of someone at the moment. Oh god, who's written a book that, and then they've written something completely different, and I've liked them both. Oh, I can't think of someone at the moment. I'm blank. But there are authors out there that have managed to do that, and I totally respect them because it's not easy a thing to do. So anyway, I just wanted to have this little discussion. Basically, I would love to know what you think about it. Please feel free to leave a comment below and let me know. Are you from the author point of view, or are you from the reader point of view, or if you're like me, that you're kind of both? Is there an author in particular that, like these two that I mentioned, that you've signed that author-reader contract with them, and you know you're going to get what you expect every time? Let me know who the author is as well, so I can check them out. And maybe tell me what kind of book I could expect if I pick up a book by them. Also, if you have any other comments or things that you want to add into the discussion, maybe also about the industry in general and the need for diversity and things like that as well, I'm open to all of it. So let's get the discussion going. Leave a comment below. If you've liked this video, then please give it a like. And don't forget to click the subscribe button so you don't miss out on new uploads. That's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.